Smile! You're on camera! No, I'm just kidding. So we have the Smiley 1969 London from JHS Pedals, Kansas City, USA. Yeah! So we have an interesting pedal here. This is a fuzz pedal. So you have fuzz, you have volume, and on the side over here we have a little red button. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay, so it does some funky stuff, and we're going to show you what it does. So we are playing the my Gibson Les Paul Studio into the Blackstar HT5, and of course we got this little puppy here, and I got 57 classics in my Gibson. Here's my clean. There are no other pedals in this chain. This is just this pedal. Okay, so we fuzz out. The volume is in the middle or 12 o'clock position, and same as the fuzz. We're going to start it that way. Right away, that reminds me of that red speaker pedal. Fuzz at 0. Notes are pretty good. Let's push that little red button on the side. Still think it responds better on single notes. Full fuzz. Definitely sounds more like a ripped speaker pedal to me. 0. About 3 o'clock on the volume. Okay, I've played with a few fuzz pedals in my time. This is a lot like that ripped speaker pedal. And even I didn't take too well to it, and I ain't taking too well to this one either, kids. I don't know what kind of music you would use this in. Or how many songs you're going to get out of it before it's going to be kind of like a lot of money out the window. You can get this at Long McQuaid though. As far as your cost goes, I'd be leaning more towards finding a used one myself, but brand new, it's $223.75. That's Canadian price. So, but even in the US, it's not going to be a whole lot different as far as that goes. But they do have a write-up about this. The Legends of Fuzz series is a collection of the world's most historic, rare, and sought-after circuits. Okay, by who? Fuzz pedals have been a staple of JHS lineup over a decade. Now, they've got some pedals that are pretty good, but this is a weird egg. I've tried out a few of their pedals so far. This is just another one of them that, yeah, it kind of reminds me way too much of the ripped speaker, and that was kind of an interesting egg too. From the earliest days of fuzz in the mid-60s, London scene in the 1990s, ex-Soviet military factories that brought the Big Muff back to life. Well, the Big Muff is actually a little bit, I think, better than this thing. Fuzz tells a story, and the story includes guitarists just like you. Really? Well, okay, I'm not quite that old yet, kids, but yeah. This is something that I didn't even have kicking around on my very first distortion pedal, which was actually, back in the day, we built our own pedals, right? And I had one that was a home built, and it actually sounded way better than this thing did. Because this thing is just, it's okay, look, here's the thing. In single notations, yes, this thing actually is quite usable for a lot of things, but not in too many genres of music. That's for you. You're pretty much, you're going to be limited, right? So this has got to be something you absolutely have to have a tone for a specific song or a few songs that were out back in the day that would use this kind of sound, right? And that's the same thing as the ripped speaker. Musicians used to actually tear their speakers at one time. Literally, they'd knife them in order to get that distorted sound, or really ripped out distorted sound. In which case, sometimes when you went a little overboard, you could get that ripped speaker sound out of the ripped speaker pedal. You would get that by just slicing up your own speaker, which is kind of like really expensive. But this thing here, I definitely am not even close to taking it too well. As far as trying to do any kind of chords with it, no. Single note stuff, it doesn't seem to be, that bad. Hit a power chord. It does fall apart quite a bit, at least to me. So if you like this, then yeah, I recommend you go out and buy one right now. You get them in Canada, obviously, at Long McQuaid. Get them in the USA, no problem there. Probably a number of other places. I find that as far as the control range goes, let me just bring this back a little bit. There's really not much there. I think what it more does is maybe accent the rip. That's, bring it up here. It's really not a real pile of response there. I would have definitely, especially out of JHS even, expected more controllability over this. Maybe from a very light tearing sound, not really present that much, but there, to something very raunchy. That would have been a more usable circuit. But in this case, I can't see it. honestly, myself, as far as I would honestly, I'd never buy it. Okay, it's just renting. It's one thing to try it out and see. It's something new I've never tried, and now that I have, I'm like, nope, I'm a little disgusted, and I can't even give you anything other than the simplicity of this as an answer. There will be no rating on this thing for a star rating, because I don't feel that would be fair to do to this pedal, to give it a star rating, only because there are people that are going to want this pedal. And now that you've heard what it can actually do, right, this may become a very usable pedal for at least single notation stuff. If you're looking for a song that had that sound of a really torn apart speaker, this thing definitely out tears the ripped speaker pedal, you know, that I've tried out. So yeah, but that one even had better control over the controls than this thing does. This thing is just too weird. So for me, I'm out. But if you like it, by all means, go grab yourself one. But I would advise you of this. If you can rent this pedal from your music store, just rent it for what you need to use it for. But if you are going to be using it a lot, for that kind of music back in that era, that you want to reproduce with that sound that did happen back then I would say in that case, go buy it. But if it's only for a song or a couple songs, if you can rent the pedal, just rent it, and then, you know, no real money loss there, right? It's a rental. Yeah, I'm kind of, I'm not really impressed with this one. I would sooner go back to the ripped speaker pedal that I have on my channels. So if you look up ripped speaker, you'll find it on my channel, and you'll have something to compare against at least. I can't remember exactly what I did say in total about that pedal, but if I was given the choice between the two, I would go for that one or this one. That would be where I would be at for myself. But this one's definitely out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Let's see what else we can find to rent and check out for pedals that may be pretty cool, or maybe not. All right, see you guys.